the Chiefs and the Jolters. And there's part of the crowd here at the Cow Palace enjoying the action, and they get that in this kind of a game, certainly the action sport. Jolters, that's the team you're looking at in the black and the blue. And right behind them are the Chief girls. They're waiting for the whistle. There's the whistle. So they'll come off the rail. They'll form the pack. The pivot skater in the black helmet from each team up front. The two blockers from each team in the solid colored helmets in the middle of the pack. And the jammers at the rear of the pack with the stripes in their helmets. So here we go as they try and move out of that pack. Ortiz out there, number 7, looking for a skater to whip, but they go by without the whip. Gail Burnt, number 9 for the Jolters. And out with her in the play, Dolores Roberson, 48. Rookie of the year, moving here for the Chiefs. Roberson block on Gail Burnt. Burnt stays on her skates, so big number 9. So each team has a jammer out and moving on the play with it all tied up here. First jam here in the 7th period of play. 8 periods in a game. Roberson on the inside. That's blocking position. 2 blocks, but Gail Burnt just rides with those blocks. They're moving on the pack now. They've cut the pack now for every member of the opposing team they pass. They will get credit for a point. But Vallow puts Roberson on the deck. Vallow comes up to help out her teammate, but Gail Burnt had been decked with Carolyn Moreland. Roberson put down again by Vallow. Vallow moving up, but again, Burnt is decked by Moreland. Vallow cannot move up in time to help her teammate out. Once again, Roberson has the lead in the jam now for the Chiefs. Vallow hits her with the block, puts her in the rail. 2, 1 second, that's it. No score on the jam. Jammers could just not move in for points that time, leaving the score still at 39-39. I always like to thank the crew that works these telecasts because they do all the hard work behind the scene. Our director is George Lum, certainly one of the finest in the business. Our technical director is Tom Doak. Associate director is Phil Martino. Video man is Bill Lacey. Videotape operator is Peter Murray. Audio engineer is Pete Kronberg. Cameraman are Jim Lynch, Norm Miller, and Tim Houlihan. And engineer in residence is Chuck Riley. Flew in by carrier pigeon today for the game from Los Angeles. On the jam, it's Barbara Baker. Oh, man, and Rose Duran put everything into that block, but Carolyn Moreland would have none of it. She sidestepped it, and now she is in pursuit of Barbara Baker. Moreland, the pivot skater here, in place of the injured Sandy Dunn for the Chiefs. And she put too much into it, and away goes Barbara Baker. Sandy Dunn will be back in action when the Chiefs open their home series in the East. She's just out with a sprained ankle. Vallow blocking, and there goes Moreland. Wide to the infield, on the rail, Debbie Thompson. The more points picked on there, 4. Oh boy, Vallow leading the charge, and it's 4 big points for the Jolter girls. And they're the ones that put their team back in contention in the 5th period, and they're going to put them out in front here, which I have done, 43-39. I wonder if these girls are going to do it again for the Jolters, Jerry.
Well, if they keep blocking like that, I don't see any way getting stopped. You know, Walt, you and I are not the greatest skaters in the world, but as you watch Barbara Baker out there going through those holes that were created by Jan Vallow, I felt I could have picked up 5 points on that play.
You could have, but I could have stood up long enough. Here we go. Jerry Seltzer bragging about his prowess again on skates.
Well, that's kind of like a Chinese wall that was broken open.
Here we go. On the jam, it's Debbie Thompson, 44 for the Chiefs, and with her Pam Kaniva, number 6 for the Jolters. Each team with a jammer out and moving on the play here in the 7th period of action in this championship round game. The Chiefs and the Jolters. The Chiefs are going to be opening their home series against the Bombers, and then they're going to be meeting in the very near future this Jolter club, too. In fact, they a lot of great opponents coming into the eastern area this year against this tremendous Chief club, strengthened with the addition of Bob Woodbury. Of course, Sandy Dunn will be back in action. Debbie Thompson has caught the pack, so is Pam Kaniva. She's being blocked out by Moreland. Barbara Baker blocking on Debbie Thompson. Thompson, 44, getting a knee block in there from Barbara Baker. Baker's been skating for this club, where she's one of the stronger skaters. Skates with a lot of confidence out there. Really feels like she knows what she's doing, and she shows it out there. He draws a warning there. Kaniva is decked in there. Vallow working on Moreland. Moreland had already decked Kaniva. Baker puts Debbie Thompson on the rail. Time running short on the jammers. Kaniva up there again. Moreland slowing her down with the block. Time runs out. No score on that jam, so it remains the Jolters 43 and the Chiefs 39. Jerry's pouting now since we get at him about his skating ability.
I'm going to go out and work out right after this period while I may skate in the last period.
They'll flip a coin, the loser gets you, huh? I
think I'll just retire defeated.
43 to 39 is the score here. The Jolters lead the Chiefs. Backs form. The Jammers starting from the rear of the pack again. And Baker, I believe it is out on the jam for the Jolters. Baker really working hard. Chasing her is Carolyn Moreland, and chasing her is Rose Duran. So Moreland is 2 on 1. Great move by Moreland. Leaves Duran spinning into the rail. Moreland now, that equalized things. Moving on Baker. Look out. Moreland uses the rail to stand. She gets away from Baker, and Baker up on the rail. Moreland all by herself now in the jam for the Chiefs, who trail by 4. Carolyn Moreland, 43, pivot skater, trying to put the team back into contention, but back to the block for the Jolters is big, tough Jan Ballo. Ballo number 8, the block here on Moreland. Moreland staying on her skate zone. She's hit again, and she's hit again, and again. That's Ballo rocking her in there. Moreland spins onto the rail, grabs the rail, stays up, back moves away. She's got to regain the pack again. 15 seconds of jamming time left. Moreland moving again. 10 seconds left now. There's Jan Ballo to block. Moreland out of the turn will make a bid here, but Ballo meets her with a block. Ballo with another block. The holding in there. McGuire into Ballo, who's been passed. And Ballo's trying to show the officials that she's being held. And Ortiz is run into by Rose Duran. I don't think there was any holding. I think it was Ballo, a great job of acting. And the point was allowed. It was McGuire blocking on Ballo to pave the way for that point for Carolyn Moreland and the Chiefs. They have 40 on the scoreboard now. The Jolters have 43.
You know, Walt, one thing interesting about this track this game is skated upon, it can be set up anywhere that a basketball court can be set up. So we'd like to tell you how you can have a game coming up in your city if you'd like to. If you'd like to have a game scheduled in your area at a gym or a high school, a college, or an arena that seats more than 2,500 for a non-commercial charity purpose, write to bookings, Post Office Box 1827, Oakland, California 94604. We'll try and get a game scheduled in your city.
Here we go. Out of the pack. Gail Byrne, number 9 for the Jolters. Now with her on the plays. Catherine Shaw, 46 for the Chiefs, who trail by 3 here with 4 minutes to go in the 7th period of play in this championship round game. Well, Shaw is down. That means Gail Byrne moving by herself now for the Jolters, so they have the only threat. That means they can concentrate entirely on the offense. They don't have to worry about anybody on the Chiefs scoring, because there's nobody on the Chiefs out on the jam. Gail Byrne, number 9. There's Carolyn Moreland in the block. Every time you look up, this Moreland's in there, either jamming or blocking. What a job she's doing here for the Chiefs. Just think what they'll be when Sandy Dunn gets back to action. Gail Byrne, number 9. Slow down. On the rail is Shaw. They're blocking in the pack here by Ballo and Baker. And Byrne is scoring without getting by Moreland. That was good strategy on the Jolters' part. They figured that they couldn't move out Carolyn Moreland, so they went in the pack and did their blocking. And that paved the way for the points. It gives the Jolters a 7-point edge now on the Chiefs. That's pretty good strategy out there, Jerry. That you have to admit.
Well, it's something you've seen Joan Weston of the Pioneers do a great deal. When she cannot move the blocker out, she moves right into the pack and goes after the jammers. Now, it depends on some teams set up their defense. If they put 2 blockers back so that the second blocker can also protect against the offensive team trying to move them out. But at that time, the Chiefs were entirely vulnerable, and that's one good way to get 4 points.
Jolters lead 47-40. Claudia Hobdy on the jam, being chased by 2 Jolters. She cuts off the jam. Duran and Baker, we're closing on her, outnumbered 2-1. No use taking a chance and having the Jolters increase their margin of 7 points. We have 2:20 to go here now in the 7th period of play, and I would imagine it's going to be Judy McGuire on the jam along with Catherine Shaw, possibly. It is Catherine Shaw, and the flashing blonde Judy McGuire will jam on this play.
Sandy Dunn looks really very disgusted on the infield. Of course, she's got that sprained ankle. She's in there coaching the women's team, but I'm sure that she would like to be out there skating.
Can't even run around the inside of the track giving advice with that sprained ankle. Movements are hampered. Jolters get the first 2 jammers out again. Moving on to Moreland with Judy McGuire behind her, though. That's Rose Duran and Baker. Here comes Carolyn Moreland. Judy behind her. She takes him down. Judy goes by. Judy goes down, though. But she gets up as Moreland decks both Jolter jammers again. Boy, Moreland did the job. Did it twice that time. So now the only jammers, Judy McGuire and Carolyn Moreland, and they're going to have to do it on their own. There will be no blocking up there when they get up to the rear of the pack. And Jan Ballo is back there for the dangerous Jolters. It's up to McGuire and Moreland to score their own points here. Baker there on the inside, Vallow on the outside, blocking for the Jolters. 1:10 left, 15 seconds of jamming time left. Watch the action now. Moreland going to give a whip here to McGuire. Whips her into that double block, and they both get through. 2 apiece. 4 points in all. That's it. But there's 4 big ones. That really closed the gap. Chiefs have 44 now, and the Jolters have 47. 43 seconds to go in this period of play.
You kind of have to wonder what Jan Vallow was thinking there, because with Sandy Dunn out, 2 rookies really were holding back the front of the pack for the Chiefs. Claudia Hodby and I believe Dolores Roberson was the other one. No blocking help at the end. It seemed like an ideal situation for a pull-away. It would have been very tough, it seems to me, for 2 skaters to have gotten that many points. But that's why I'm not captaining the girls' squad of the Jolters.
47-44, 12 seconds. They'll not score. There's not enough time to pick up any points here. They're moving, though. They never quit. Sometimes here's where they settle old scores. Keep an eye on Vallow out there.
2, 1, it's over.
That's it. McGuire with a little help pushes the Jolter over the rail. So that's the way it goes. The Jolter girls with the lead here. For the Jolter men when they come out for the 8th and final period of play. And Moreland up there, and there goes Vallow now. Moreland gave her the knee, and McGuire and Moreland push her over the rail. They antagonized Vallow. Vallow came after him, and I guess he should have stayed away, because it didn't work out for Jan Vallow, who's standing there on the outside now, and the Chiefs daring her to get back on the track. Well, that's the end of the 7th period of play with the score. The Chiefs 44 and the Jolters 47.